Hello, my name is Lunchbox, and today we're going to be talking about how to Chronotank at Dhuum. This video assumes that you already know the basics of this fight and the basics of playing as a support chrono. Now let's jump on into this. I suggest that you bring Illusions and Inspiration for this fight, as well as Chronomancer. In Illusions, you're going to bring top, middle, top. And in Inspiration, you're going to be bringing middle, middle, middle. Although you might want to switch out your restorative mantras for Medic's Feedback if you don't plan on taking a healing mantra. And lastly, for Chronomancer, like always, bring bottom, bottom, bottom. For your armor, I would bring Minstrels with some durability runes. For weapons, make sure that your main hand sword has a concentration sigil in it, and I personally bring sword and shield. I find it a little bit easier to block Dhuum's auto attacks that way. For my skills, I bring Mantra Heal. If you're not running restorative mantras, go ahead and bring your Well of Eternity. For my other utilities, I'm bringing Well of Quickness, Well of Alacrity, and Signet of Inspiration. If you are having a problem with clearing Dhuum's boons after each suck, make sure you switch that out for Phantasmal Disenchanter, just to make that a little bit easier. Otherwise, I strongly suggest bringing like a Scourge or something for the Messenger Kiter. It helps out a lot with clearing those stacks. And for your elite skill, bring Time Warp. It's really important that you make sure that the group has quickness after each Soul Slam. Your main goal is to be self-sustaining and position aware. If you go down, other raid members will have to come res you, which is both dangerous and distracting. There's a specific way I personally prefer to position myself and Dhuum to make it easier for the orb runners to do their job. I have included a link below to an album of all the images I used in this video. The basic idea behind it is to have Dhuum near where the next green is going to be. Always keep in mind the direction Dhuum is facing. Dhuum's auto attack will leave a large portion of the area around him dangerous to your DPS rolls. For the most part, you'll need to keep Dhuum pointed directly away from the center of the arena for all of his auto attacks. Dhuum's auto attack sweep is enough to do some serious damage to you without protection, and also poisons you. Because of this, you're going to want to block or evade every one. You can do this by using Shield 4 twice. The timing of each auto attack is perfect for the Deja Vu block to be available for the subsequent block. After using Shield 4, use Blurred Frenzy for those fat deeps and evade frames. Then switch over to Sword Offhand to block with Sword 4. You'll want to try to fit in your wells in between your blocks and Blurred Frenzies, making sure that the wells hit both you and the Zerg. For the phase before Dhuum stands up, be sure to help hold the Enforcers with Sword 3, and to make sure that the Reapers are topped off before you leave to the next Enforcer. Make sure you're precasting your wells so that they pop when the next Enforcer spawns. Do remember that you can get the Affliction Bomb during this pre-phase, but you won't be able to after Dhuum stands up. Once Dhuum stands up, the Zerg should be to the left of Dhuum's throne, with an Enforcer headed towards the Reaper at triangle. For the first position, you want to keep Dhuum in the path of the Enforcer so that the Zerg can cleave down the Enforcer while DPSing Dhuum. Once Dhuum dives down for the first Lesser Death Mark, you want to move to the second position. This is between the two black corner sections, between Triangle and Spiral. The reason you bring him here is to be close to the wall near where the next few greens will happen, and to provide a sliding angle into the corner. Stay here until the first Soul Slam at 625. Immediately after the first Soul Slam, clear your Torment stacks, pop your heal skill to help the healers top off the group, while you're moving on to the next position. You'll want to travel between the center of the arena and the throne, picking up super speed orbs on your way to make positioning yourself a little bit easier. If you're bringing Phantasmal Disenchanter, use it on your way to this next position. Just like the first position, you want to be against the black part of the corner and a mirror of how you were positioned on the other side. Once Dhuum dives down for the second Lesser Death Mark, you'll want to move to the fourth position. This may seem familiar as it's a copy of what you did on the other side. Tank here until the next Soul Slam. Immediately after the second Soul Slam, do as before, clear your Torment stacks and pop your heal skill. At this point, it isn't uncommon for the Reaper at Star to be under some pressure. If it's in serious need of some assistance, pop your heal skill on it before making your way over to the next position. Okay, for this spot, it took a little bit of experimentation to come to this conclusion, but you want the Zerg to be between the wall and the Reaper at square. This is to keep the next Lesser Death Mark more towards the wall, and to not have Dhuum's auto attack hitting the person orb running that will be going up at square during this time. After Dhuum dives again, you want to make your way to the stairs. Tank on the south side of the stairs until the next Soul Slam. You want to keep up with the same idea, clear your Torment stacks, top people off, and move on to the next position. Nothing too different for this tanking position, just make sure that your Zerg is closer to the corner of the arena so that the lesser death mark is out of the way for the next Soul Slam. Move to the next position when the lesser death mark happens. And finally, welcome back to where you were near the start. At this point, you can repeat the circular tanking pattern for the remainder of the fight. The way that Dhuum aggroes can be a bit finicky, but I've mostly figured out how it works. Instead of going directly to you, he will aggro towards you if he's not already using an attack, and if you're further than a given threshold from his center. That distance is just past the arrow at his feet. If you stand closer to him than the tip of the arrow, he will not move closer to you, but if you stand just past it, he will go directly to you, even to the point of being halfway into the wall. I found that it helps to stand closer to the center of the arena and then to move closer to the edge once Dhuum gets close, preventing Dhuum from aggroing to you at an undesirable angle. If a person on orb duty misses a big orb, it is important that you keep Dhuum properly positioned and to have the Zerg quickly move to where the Enforcer is and kill it, then return back to the boss. I've found that it's easier to recover this way than it is to move Dhuum to the Enforcer and potentially leave the next orb person far away from their next green. It's not guaranteed that the next person, with the lesser deathmark aggro, will be in the Zerg. So be careful where you choose to position Dhuum if the AoE field is going to be in the way of your next tanking position. Once you've reached 10%, you'll want to make sure you get back quickly and orient yourself to your designated seal. Remember, you are very tanky, and you don't have to worry too much about the pulsing AoE. When your seal is charged, walk back to the middle and start preparing your standard quickness/alacrity rotation, making sure that your time warp is used in continuum split so it's available for the next burn phase. Once you've got the group topped off with quickness and alacrity, cross your fingers and give supportive words to your DPS classes. And that's all I have for chronotanking at Dhuum. I know it's a lot to take in, but the more you know about each boss mechanic and each boss as a whole, the easier each boss will feel. If you have any questions beyond what was covered in this video, please leave a comment down below and I will do my best to clear things up. Thank you for watching, and good luck out there.